Hello everybody, I'm Tim Blair, and it's time for the Clay County Times-Democrat Weekly Web Update for the May 29th edition, 2013. As always, our weekly web updates are brought to you by the good folks at Pickett State Bank, member FDIC and an equal housing lender. Well, we're actually coming to you on a Sunday morning, coming to you late this week due to several factors, including the weather, which we hope to be coming to you actually yesterday from Pfeiffer Field, the RC Park, radio control park, right here on the southeast edge of Pickett. And the plan was to come to you from the annual Pickett RC Club's Fun Fly, show you some great footage of some air combat and other great things. But if you can tell from looking behind me, Pfeiffer Field is submerged. The heavy rains that we've had the last several days may be beneficial for this corn growing over here beside me on this side, but I can tell you the field is completely submerged. Not sure. Looks like somewhere in the neighborhood of close to a foot of water out there, so they're unable to have the Fun Fly this weekend. That's obvious. They'll be rescheduling that, and we'll let you know all about that in the print and online editions of Clay County Times-Democrat. So, again, the Pickett RC Club, this, I believe, their 16th annual show. We had all the details in the print edition this week, if you want to check that out. We also have all the details on the Memorial Day services that were held here in Pickett and down in Rector this past Memorial Day weekend, and all that information for you there available. Also information on the new Casey store, which is being constructed over at the stoplight here in Pickett. We have all the details there in this week's print and online editions of the Clay County Times-Democrat. We encourage you to pick up a print edition if you can. If you're out of town, check us out online. Of course, if you're there, you're probably already there as you're checking us out here on the weekly web update. Well, as we told you, the corn over on this side of the road doing fairly well. Some of it in the area of starting to get knee-high, so that's not doing too badly. Now, the rain also is slowing down some of the construction efforts around town that we've been updating you on, and every week things have been changing so much we can almost give you an update every week. In fact, let's take a break right now. We'll go down the street and kind of let you know how everything's coming along on those and get back to you with some more in just a moment. The McDonald's project is progressing, though the weather has slowed it down some, but in the past week completed most of the concrete work and the Golden Arches sign went up here at the location on East Main Street. Burns Floor Covering completed work on their building, and their new showroom is now open here on South Moore just off of East Main. Here at the corner of South Garfield and East Main Street, work is continuing on the branch bank of First National Bank of Paragould as they've begun the foundation. And across the way, Rodney Crossfield has completed the building for his car lot, which is expected to move just a half a block down to there soon. Work is advanced on the new Casey's General Store site here at the corner of East Main and Thornton and Pickett as they're preparing the pad for where the building will sit. Gives you a good indication as we look at it from the north. The back of the lot facing Main Street. You can see that it will be facing south and how it'll be situated here once it is completed, and they look to do that sometime in September. Back here at Pfeiffer Field, now this of course was property, I believe this came from the McFarland family, but it was farmland for quite a while. But it's a very low part of the area here, right off of Big Slough, which would be right over here behind us. And actually the sewer lagoon for the city of Pickett is located just a stone's throw away as well. This side of town is quite low as you get out toward the slough, and it's indicative of the fact with the flooding that we have here. Now over at the baseball diamond, which is just adjacent to us in the football field, those over the years have been raised and raised and raised. I know that the football field is probably about 3 or 4 feet higher than it was when it was originally the football field for them hauling in dirt and so forth. And that, of course, the Pecan Grove Hollins is over on that side as well. And we've got a lot of water standing out here as Big Slough apparently backed up, couldn't handle the runoff from the massive amount of rain that came through the past few days. In fact, we've had such a wet May that is just wrapped up. We'll wait and see how June kind of works out as we go forward. We'd like to remind you we have another edition of Crossroads Magazine will be coming out during the month of June. We'd also like to remind you that the Delta Voice is available on newsstands up and down the area, all the way up north to around Bloomfield and Advance, Missouri, and down around Mark Tree, Arkansas, covering all that area. You can pick up a copy of that, and encourage you to do so. They're free and they're on racks all around. In fact, here in town, several locations, including down at the store, which is just down from us here at the end of Moore Street in Maine. Well, that's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of the Clay County Times-Democrat Weekly Web Update. Again, we'll update you on when they'll be able to get back out here to the RC Park and have the fun fly. Let you know all that in upcoming editions and more. And until next time, for Piggott State Bank and the Clay County Times-Democrat, cctimesdemocrat.com, I'm Tim Blair.